Welcome to Moscow, the heart of Russia and a city where history, culture, and modern life blend seamlessly. From iconic landmarks like Red Square and the Kremlin to stunning cathedrals, world-class museums, and vibrant streets, Moscow is a destination that never fails to impress. In this video, we'll take you through the top 10 places to visit in Moscow that every traveler should experience. Let's get started. Number 1. Marvel at the size of the Kremlin. Moscow's most recognizable structure is without a doubt the Kremlin, a 15th century fortified complex that covers an area of 275,000 square meters, surrounded by walls built in the 1400s. The Grand Kremlin Palace, which has over 700 rooms, was once home to the Tsar family and is now the official residence of the President of the Russian Federation, although most heads of state choose to reside elsewhere. The massive complex also includes many other buildings, some of which are open to the public and can be visited regularly. Aside from 3 cathedrals, including one where the Tsars were once crowned, and a number of towers, the Kremlin is also home to the Armory Building, a museum holding everything from the royal crown and imperial carriages to the ivory throne of Ivan the Terrible and Fabergé eggs. Number 2. Catch a performance at the Bolshoi Theater. The Bolshoi Theater is home to the largest and one of the oldest ballet and opera companies in the world. While the theater has undergone several major renovations over the past century, including a recent one in 2011, to restore some of the imperial architectural details, it still retains all of its neoclassical grandeur. The Bolshoi Theater you see today opened in 1824, after several older versions burned down. Inside, red velvet, a 3-tiered crystal chandelier, and gilt moldings give the place a Byzantine Renaissance grandiose feel like no other. Number 3. Shop at the luxurious GUM. Moscow's oldest and most upscale shopping center is an architectural marvel. GUM, short for Glavny Universalny Magazine or Main Universal Store, was built in the late 1800s in Neo-Russian style to showcase a beautiful mix of a steel skeleton and 20,000 panels of glass forming an arched roof. This was a unique construction at the time, since the glass had to be strong enough to support the snow-heavy Russian winters. The building is just as impressive outside, with all 3 levels covered in marble and granite. Number 4. Make your way into Lenin's Mausoleum. Lenin's Mausoleum, the final resting place of Soviet leader Vladimir Lenin, occupies a central spot in Red Square. His body has been in the mausoleum since his death in 1924, and although the original plan was for him to be buried after a short period of public display for mourning, the plan quickly changed. After over 100,000 visited the tomb over a period of 6 weeks, it was decided that a new sarcophagus and a more permanent display space could actually preserve Lenin's body for much longer than expected, and Lenin's mausoleum was built. Number 5. Spend an hour or 3 at Red Square. All of Moscow's main streets start at Red Square, so it's easy to see why this is considered the heart of the city. A massive space of 330 meters by 70 meters, the square is flanked by the Kremlin, Lenin's Mausoleum, 2 cathedrals, and the State Historical Museum. St. Basil's Cathedral, one of the most recognizable buildings on the square, was built in 1555. The unique cathedral has architectural details inspired by Byzantine and Asian design, as well as details that resemble those found in famous mosques. Number 6. Discover history at the Museum of Cosmonautics. At one point, Russia and the US were toe-to-toe when it came to space exploration. While that might no longer be the case, the museum's amazing collection, which includes over 85,000 items, is still awe-inspiring. Main exhibits include the space capsule used by Yuri Gagarin, the first human to travel into outer space, a USSR flag with moon fragments, a Soviet spacesuit, and a rocket propulsion unit from the 1960s. A special 2-story hall showcases sections of the Mir space station interior, and there are also models of the first Sputniks and a replica miniature spaceship. Number 7. Ride the stunning Moscow Metro. Riding the Moscow Metro is an experience all in itself, but even just heading underground to walk through the stations is something no visitor should miss. With 223 stations and 12 metro lines cross-cutting through Moscow, however, this can be tricky, so visiting at least a few of the most impressive ones is a good start. Arbatskaya Station was designed by a skyscraper architect, so it's no surprise that it features multicolored granite slabs and impressive bronze chandeliers. Number 8. Explore the Moscow State Integrated Museum Reserve. The Moscow State Integrated Art and Historical Architectural and Natural Landscape Museum Reserve is a cultural open-air museum complex comprised of 4 different historical sites. The most important site, the Kolomenskoye Estate, was once the summer residence of Tsars as far back as the 14th century. The complex, which covers almost 300 hectares, is home to fairy tale wooden palaces, a tent-roof stone church built in the 1500s, a water tower, 4 towers and structures, and the 24-room Museum of Wooden Architecture, which includes the restored dining room of Tsar Alexei I. Number 9. Spend a rainy day at the Tretyakov Gallery. The largest collection of Russian art in the world sits here, with over 180,000 paintings, sculptures, and religious art dating back to over a millennia ago. The gallery, built using beautiful red and white colors from classical Russian architecture, is located near the Kremlin, and it was built in the early 20th century. Significant art pieces include the Vladimir Mother of God, a Byzantine icon of the Virgin and Child dating back to the 1100s, Andrei Rublev's The Trinity icon from the 15th century, and several works by Ilya Repin, the most famous realist painter in Russia. Number 10. Walk up and down Arbat Street. Moscow's 1-kilometer-long pedestrian street has been around since the 15th century. Originally a trade route in the outskirts of the city, Arbat Street is now very centrally located, home to posh buildings and lots of places to eat and shop. Beautiful street lamps and 2 significant statues, one of Princess Turandot from Puccini's last opera, and one of Soviet-era poet Bulat Okudzava adorn the street, which fills up with both locals and tourists on evenings and weekends. Moscow is a city where the past and present blend beautifully, where centuries-old cathedrals stand beside modern skyscrapers, and every corner tells a story of art, culture, and resilience. Whether you're exploring the grandeur of Red Square, wandering through the historic streets, or simply soaking in the city's vibrant energy, Moscow promises an unforgettable experience. If you enjoyed this journey through Russia's magnificent capital, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more travel adventures around the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next destination.